Uber and Lyft drivers are on strike in cities around the world. The protest comes ahead of Uber's expected initial public offering that could value the company at more than $90 billion. Jamie Yukas is in Minneapolis. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning. The wait time to get an Uber here in Minneapolis is about 12 minutes, but those wait times could be higher in other striking cities around the country now that it's rush hour on the East Coast. Drivers contend that with the company about to go public, the executives will make billions of dollars while those behind the wheel are running on empty.
This is how a typical day starts for Jeff Perry. He's been driving for Uber for more than 3 years. But his first riders of the day are not paying.
Good day.
2.
I'll talk to you on the phone, okay?
He takes his 2 daughters to school before making the 2-hour trek from Sacramento to San Francisco, where he can earn more money driving but can't afford to live. Instead, he'll spend the next 5 nights at this hotel.
Hey, how's it going?
So this is the office.
Yeah, this is my office.
While Perry enjoys meeting new passengers, he says he drives long hours for Uber with little to show for it.
I'm just asking for a livable wage, you know?
Is it frustrating?
It's super frustrating because I'm not treated with the same respect and concern that I have treated them with. To them, we're disposable garbage, and you can feel it as a driver, you know?
Perry says the first year he worked for the company, he made $60,000 before taxes and expenses. Last year, he says he made $35,000, working more hours. He blames lower fares and reduced incentives. Uber points to a recent study showing drivers nationwide earned an average $18.65 an hour before expenses. But experts who've studied the company say it can and does change its rates.
It constantly experiments on the working conditions of drivers, except this is not a free consumer experience. People depend on Uber to earn their living. When your boss experiments on how much you get paid without notifying you, that can really rankle.
If things don't get better, there's no way I'll continue to do this. There's no way I could continue to do this.
We asked Perry to keep a video diary of his busy weekend.
Just finished for the night. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Just got to the hotel.
A lot of people would say, if it's this bad, why not go get another job somewhere else?
I understand that argument, but at the same time, this is a job that I actually like doing. So it's worth putting in the effort and trying to fight for better conditions and make it better. Are you gonna do the app shut off?
Perry plans to take part in today's call for action. Drivers for both Uber and Lyft, which went public in March, are calling for changes, including better benefits, more transparency, and higher wages.
For a lot of drivers, this is a good bad job compared to their alternatives because it comes with additional scheduling flexibility that they might not have if they're working retail. But in other ways, there's a lot to be said for improvements that could come to this type of work.
Uber says since 2015, drivers have earned nearly $80 billion, with an additional $1.2 billion since tips were introduced 2 years ago. But in its IPO filing, the company says, as we aim to reduce driver incentives to improve our financial performance, we expect driver dissatisfaction will generally increase.
Maybe even if anything good comes out of this IPO, hopefully the public sees it and says, you know what, exploitation of the workforce is wrong and holds some accountability.
In a statement, Uber says drivers are at the heart of our service. We can't succeed without them, adding that they hope to have more consistent pay, stronger insurance protection, or even fully funded 4-year degrees. Nora?
Wow, that is going to upset the marketplace. Certainly people can't get their rides. Thank you, Jamie.